Cecil Global and African Diaspora News Channel presents the Ghana Luxury Property Tour. It will be a 8-day tour coming to you starting October 1 through October 8, 2023. Now, you enjoy a 5-star stay at a hotel, the finest properties in Ghana. You connect with industry professionals. You will also visit cultural landmarks, have a meet and greet with the team, and so much more. Make sure that you go to the description box below and hit that link to sign up. There's a law that passed the House in Mississippi that's going to give a special, judges who is not elected by the people or accountable to the people, and even a certain wing of a police force in the white area of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, we know the history of Mississippi is a hotbed for, a lot of horrible things that happened to our brothers and sisters in the time of the civil rights movement. Some of the most ignorant of the ignorant of white supremacists live in Mississippi, even to this day. But I want you to, check out what's going on with this bill.
Mississippi Supreme Court would appoint 2 judges to hear civil and criminal cases in the Capitol Complex Improvement District. The Attorney General's office would be responsible for appointing the prosecutors to take on those cases. And the legislation would also expand the CCID to County Line Road. Those in favor of this bill believe the legislation will help with the city's crime problems and help with the backlog of cases judges are facing. However, those against it call the legislation racist, saying the state is simply trying to take over the capital city.
This is probably the most oppressive legislation that I have seen in my history here in the state of Mississippi. Legislation that takes away people's right to elect people who oversee such important roles within their county. Legislation which puts a military force that has no accountability over them. Legislation that can allow judges to oversee the residents of Jackson, but have not been elected nor accountable to them.
There is a concerted effort right now by, many in the Republican Party to try to roll back everything. Because, see, when it comes to the Republican Party, you got really 2 factions that I see. I see a faction of let's try to take this thing all the way back and get rid of civil rights movement bills, get rid of, set asides, get rid of it all. Let's go back to a time when we was just really, oppressive. Then you have also a wing of the Republican Party who are a little bit more moderates. This is why I told black people we cannot be Republicans, we cannot be Democrats. We must be independents, completely independents, because the problem is when you are a Republican as a black person or yourself, Republican conservative, whatever you want to call yourself, when they do things like this is going to put you in a hot seat with the community to try to explain this and how this isn't racist. Because this is completely racist, completely. These people, think about it. They said these judges going to handle civil and criminal cases. They will have a special wing of the police department just in the white area. That's the part that you didn't hear. It's just in the white area. This is going to go down in. So basically what's going to happen, they're going to set that up with them police and them judges, and any black person come over there, they're going to be pulling them over, messing with them, throwing charges on them more than what they're already doing now. Trying to create a little enclave, for themselves somewhere within Jackson, Mississippi, because Jackson is 82% black. And they want to say, okay, we want to be over here. We want no black folks in a town that's 82% black. Now, there's plenty of towns in Mississippi they can go to. They got a lot of white people. But the way they are is no matter where we at, they always want to be around and try to mess with black folk. These people are this way everywhere they go. Even in South Africa, when you talking about that Orania. Now, I've been, definitely told that Orania is in the Northern Cape, and it's kind of like, from what I was told, like Utah. Most black folks don't even want to be up there. The delivery service is not good up there, and all of that. But it's just no matter where they at, they the same. When they're around black folks, I don't want to be around them. But yet you can get out of Jackson, though, and go to a town in Mississippi where it's mostly you. You don't have to be in Jackson. Same thing with them folks in South Africa. You don't like black folk, carry your happy self back to the Netherlands where you come from. These people do not want to get along with black people. They do not. They have anti-black racism in them because it's taught to them at an early age, I say by the age of 2. At the age of 2, when they're hearing in their house, they're hearing them saying the N-word all the time. Understand? Especially in places like Mississippi, Alabama, all them places. Please. And we have a lot of good brothers and sisters that live in those states, but unfortunately, they're dealing with a strong white supremacist regime that's still running around. Listen, Jackson is the capital city, and yet these white supremacists won't even take the federal dollars that they were given to fix the water supply. They rather the water hurt black folk in Jackson and them just get bottled water shipped in than them doing the right thing. Matter of fact, they send the money back to the federal government, was given to them to help out the people of Mississippi. This is why I don't like this states' rights crap. And we know, if you know the history of states' rights, it was always brought up to try to keep black people oppressed. It was never because of like checks and balances. No. Governors should not be able to say we don't want no federal dollars. No. The government should do their laws and say, hey, no, this needs to be here. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. This is an environmental risk. This is a health risk to have water like that. You could be starting another doggone pandemic, what you're doing. And I think governors should be arrested for allowing things like that to happen. But you know what? These people, like I said, they can go to, like say, Utah. That's one state. They can go to Maine. A lot of places they can go to is hardly no black folk. But they still want to come where black folks are at and pull a stunt like that. And they want to probably take black folks' land and anything else they have, because why these so-called judges is going to be involved with civil cases. I thought criminality was the problem. Y'all brothers and sisters in Mississippi need to stand up against that. Also, all black people in Mississippi, all need to be registered to vote. Y'all need to get that governor out of there. Y'all really do. That governor right there, the first time I seen him, you listen to him talk. Boy, I've heard that tone of voice before in relation to black people. And when he talks about the mayor, oh, he's so incompetent. Because they use them terms to describe black people. How many incompetent white mayors is out there? Here, he's an incompetent governor. See, it couldn't be, like I told y'all, it could not be me. He couldn't be calling me no incompetent, because I call him and say, let me tell you something. Them type of terminology you directing at me as a black man, you show me where the incompetence lies at. Because last time I checked, you denied federal dollars. Last time I checked, so who's incompetent? I said, what kind of education do you have? Because most of you don't qualify for anything, and then a lot of times you're cheating on things. I mean, what, did you buy your degree as well? Because, you know, the people in Florida are not the only ones that are buying degrees now. That's been going on all over the place, cheating scandals and everything else. Black folks got to work hard for what we get. We got to actually earn our keep, not cheat our way through and let somebody else do it for us, like it's been done for them folks for hundreds of years. But black folks in Mississippi, you need to really make sure everyone's registered to vote. And make sure to get that governor out and all them people out of the state government. And you brothers and sisters need to run and take those positions. Because sometimes our people don't get involved when it really counts. Your governor affects you. Your state government affects you. Your mayor affects you. Your sheriff, your DAs, your judges. You need to be registered to vote. If you're going to, like I said, once again, I want to talk to people that want to just have their lot in America. Do that. The only thing I can tell you. Because these people here, like from what I see, they're getting more and more desperate. They're getting so desperate to take this thing back, you know, to a time period it's not going back to. And I'm going to tell you, white supremacists, something in that government. It's not ever going back to that. You could dream it, you can try it, but it's not going back.